Champions League, एक हाथ गैस में, hangman kick में, जब ये नरमने, भाग दुलने भी दस्ते गोल एक गाना इसी सरसने, समरों बिन्ने साथ देने. We are one game, one heart. Oh, oh. Champions League, this is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. We defend. Marangal Chicago mein, kalatil diya minna buname. Now me Champions League parave, umar badake taro mein. Chia ekai kemak denne, kollo set ekma ek venne, goal ekata kick ek denne. Champions League mein aramenne. Champions League, satanai aramenne, ibidenne, jayaganne, ekaseenata apiyanne. One game, one heart, Champions League, where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. One game, one heart. One dream, one star. One game, one heart. Champions League, forever we play. The spirit.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League, powered by TV Supreme.
Hello and welcome to the Racecourse International Stadium here in the heart of Colombo for yet another encounter, yet another game in the series of matches in the Super 8 stage of the Champions League by Sri Lanka Football. This time, Serendib SC taking on Pelicans SC, Kurunagala's very own, in match week number 5, match number 18 here at the Racecourse International Stadium as we approach the culmination of this tournament and the end of this round of matches. Let's have a look at the weather for this game in particular. Mostly cloudy this beautiful evening here in Colombo, 29 degrees Celsius, which is the average temperature here in the capital. Highly humid and stable wind speeds of about 20 kilometers per hour. So fair conditions here at the Racecourse International Stadium for these teams to take part and pursue a victory. Now, if you're not here at the stadium, you can watch us on Sri Lanka Football's Facebook and YouTube channels, Supreme TV, the terrestrial local broadcaster, and broadcasting to the world on www.thepapare.com. And here's a look at the fixtures for this game week. New Star coming back against Saunders twice to draw that game 3-3, and then Pelicans taking on Serendib SC in this game now. Solid SC from Anuradhapura will be taking on Sri Lanka Police in the early kickoff tomorrow, while St. Mary's from Jaffna will take on Colombo's Java Lane at 8:30 p.m. in the late kickoff tomorrow. One final exchange of pleasantries from both sides. Refereeing today Sashanka Madhushanka, who's had a solid record in this tournament, and ably assisted by R.A.I. Ratnayaka and Malika Madhushani as well. Fourth official Taranga Pushpa Kumara. Match commissioner for today's game will be A.H.M. Afla, with referee assessor Dilan Pereira on duty as well. So here's a final picture for both the Serendib and the Pelicans sides as they line up. Coin toss left to be done. Mohammad Lutfi captaining Serendib SC in today's game, the goalkeeper, while Pelicans in their blue strip will be led as always by Sanjay Tiriman in defense. Sashanka Madhusanka tosses the coin. Quick change of sides on the cards. Lutfi instructs his chargers to move on. One final picture for formality's sake. And like I said, Sashanka Madhushanka blowing the whistle, ably assisted by Arya Ratnayaka and Malika Madhushani. Here's a look at your team lineups for today's game. For Serendib Bessi, Mohammad Lutfi in goal, followed by Sudhakar Royson, Mohammad Riaz, Mohammad Safri and Mohammad Farhan, along with Udom Enoch in defense, Mohammad Rahman, and will be playing the midfield role, followed by Mohammad Safan, Vijay Kumar Bishan, Badu Robinson and Darko George in the forward positions. And now for Pelicans SC under head coach Aruna Sampath. In goal, Farooq Fauzan as always. Sanjay Tiriman the captain in defense, joined by Mensa Stephen the Rock at the back. Mohammad Husni and Vigneshwara Raja, Kanad Kajandan, Kojo Anoke, Yasaswin Tiriman, Selvanayagam Sadurian will be in midfield, followed by Kavindu Ishan, Ernest Odo, as well as Daniil Musatkin the Russian in the front line. Ernest Odo will take kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's kickoff here in Colombo. Pelicans playing from left to right on your screens in their blue strip. Serendib Bessi in their white and pink strip playing from right to left. Now, the exchanges in the Serendib midfield. Some quick movements. Pelicans pick up the ball, but no conceding possession. Serendib Bessi now pushing forward. Nice little elevated ball. Goes long. On to the far side. Darko George picks it up. Sends it all the way back to the middle. A bit too much on it. And now once again ball turned over. Easily connected there by Mohammad Lutfi. Serendib trying to move the ball around a bit. Pelicans pick it up. Daniil Musatkin turns the ball over. The ball just makes its way out of bounds for the first throw-in of this game. Now continuing to push here. Referee sees nothing wrong with that. Serendib try to swing the ball in, but takes a deflection, a heavy one at that, and goes out for a corner. But some collateral damage on the way. Just another look at that now. Fair challenge coming in. And I think that second one just catches. Yeah, just catches. Vijay Kumar Bishan initially for a second, but Mohammad Safan takes the brunt of that hit. But now Serendib Bessi with an opportunity early on to swing the ball into the box. Here it comes. 3 men after it, all in white and pink outfits. But nobody picks it up, and very nearly Daniil Musatkin sets Ernest Odo free, but intercepted. And just losing the ball there, and finally going out for another throw in, another corner rather. Darko George trying to take this one quickly. Darko George swings it in. Beautiful cross, but meets the head of a Pelicans player first. Still trying to make something happen. Turning, twisting, nothing yet. And possession turned over now by Serendib Bessi. Now Serendib pick it up. Beautiful pass. What a pass that is. Can they make it 1-0? But no, referee puts his flag up. But for a second there, Serendib thought they were through. Now Pelicans coming to Ishan down this flank with a shot. Just flying over the bar, but was it a shot? Was it a cross? Not sure. But it certainly flew like it was goal bound for a second. Serendib take it short. Moves it down the middle of the park. Now spread out wide. Heavy touch, but they keep hold of it. And here we go. Fantastic opportunity. Not quite. Coming off on that occasion. Mohammad Rahman. Just a bit too much on it for him. You go. Nice little pass by Pelicans. Ball spread out wide now. Here we go. Looking for the ball. Gets past him. Daniel Musatkin tries to get hold of it. Ernest Odo pressing. But no. Ball sent all the way back. Flag has stayed down so far. Taking no chances on that occasion. It's Farouk Fauzan, but now the referee has blown the whistle. Ball comes in. Nice little elevated ball. Here's a chance. Can Serendib make it 1? Taken down. Referee says nothing doing. Just another look at that. Very soft, I think. Mensa Stephen would have felt very hard done by had that been conceded and given against him. And now, joining me to guide you through the next 83 minutes of this game is the one man who probably knows more about Sri Lanka football as an information source than even the Football Federation, Navod Vijay-Vikrama. Navod, welcome to the game. I know I'm waxing eloquent on your behalf, but you've been part of the furniture for a while.
Thanks, Deshan. Yes, indeed. A hectic start to this game. An important game for both teams. Pelicans with an opportunity to extend their lead at top after Saunders and New Star played out an action-packed 3-all draw. Goals, red cards, penalties, yellow cards.
Fantastic goals at that as well.
Absolutely. And I think as a neutral football fan, the best way to start off the weekend. 4 games of Sri Lankan Champions League football up ahead. We have the Premier League matches also happening right now. Foul on Serendib's Mohammad Riaz. Push from the back by the veteran Kamindu Ishan.
Here's Darko George coming down this flank. Darko George holds it and not quite able to position his body the right way to get over that one. But you can see what they were trying to do. Darko George driving down the middle of the park there. And very nearly, very nearly, Vijay Kumar Bishan manages to direct that towards the goal. Kamindu Ishan dispossessed. Fantastic defensive work here by Serendib. Kamindu Ishan takes him out. Referee says nothing doing. Holds it back. Kamindu Ishan back on it. Lifts the ball into the middle. Nobody there. Mensa Steven, a rock at the back as always, making no mistake there. Farooq Fauzan now. Beautiful opportunity. What a pass that is. Kamindu Ishan on his bike. Ernest Ado, Daniel Musatkin down the middle. Kamindu Ishan sends it back. Daniel Musatkin brings it. Ernest Ado hits it. Blocked on the line. Daniel Musatkin! That's the first one.
Wonderful bit of play by Pelicans. Down that right wing. Starting from the back. Ernest Ado releasing Kamindu Ishan on the right, cutting back in, and Musatkin laying it off for Ado, whose effort was blocked, but Musatkin was there for the rebound.
Yeah, fantastic block firstly there by Serendib, but Musatkin there to pick up the pieces.
Number 71, Daniel Musatkin.
So Pelicans giving Serendib it all to do early on in this game. The first 11 minutes or so, they've pushed in front. Quick one-touch passes. Ball sent wide, very nearly. Oh, what a pass that's turned out to be for Pelicans. Sends the ball in. Doesn't really get the right purchase on it, but you can see what he was trying to do. Absolute vision on that occasion shown.
This top of the table clash, Pelicans as of now at the start of this game topping the Super 8 round with 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw. Serendib in second, 2 wins, 1 loss with 6 points. And with Saunders drawing their game early on, they were third in the points table at the start of this week. They have 6 points. So an important game for both Pelicans and Serendib, as I mentioned before. If Pelicans win, they will have a 4-point cushion at the end of today. Again, cross in, not tall enough. Looks like Selena Game Sadurian, but a good start to this game by Pelicans. They have the full court of 4 foreign players, while Serendib are without their main man in midfield, Frimpong Yao, after he got that red card in that earlier game. The big miss for the lads from Mount Alla.
Absolutely, Frimpong Yao tends to be the engine for this midfield. And what a battle that would have been, a battle for the ages, watching Frimpong Yao take on Kojo Onoke. Two of the absolute powerhouses in the midfield area in Sri Lanka's local football scene. Beautiful idea for a turn there by Ernest Ado, but ball going nowhere. And now, once again, opportunity breaks. Mensa Steven steps out, pushes the ball forward now. Still Tiriman down this flank supporting Kavindu Ishan driving. Ball goes all the way back though. Nice little play. Ball goes out of bounds. But you can see what Pelicans are trying to do. They're trying to move the ball around, make it a little more difficult for Serendib, tire the players out as soon as they can. That itself should carve out the opportunities that they seek. Now suddenly, in this Super 8 stage, the table really taking shape in terms of the hierarchy. You can see this, oh, what a beautiful ball that was. Just a bit too much on it for Darko George, but like I said, you can now see who really is in contention and who, for the lack of a better word, is a pretender.
They need to win this game.
Absolutely. If not, there's clear daylight suddenly between Pelicans and the rest, and really only makes Java Lane a contender. Talimu Satkin tried to play it smart on that occasion, looking to run in behind Odum Enoch, but Enoch's header going straight to Mohammad Lutfi in goal. Beautiful pass there by Daniel Musatkin, now running into space, and very well defended by the Serendib Bessie lads. And now Pelicans have yet another corner. An absolute waste of a corner kick there by Pelicans. Very nearly conceding possession in the process as well, but coming to Ishan now after Mensa Steven recycled it. Beautiful little pass. Ernest Ado. Ball back out of bounds. Aruna Sampath at the bottom of your screens, always a very animated figure here in the local football scene. Also coach at St. Joseph's College, so plenty of football under his belt, and both in a past and present tense really. Pushing forward there. Okay, adjudged to have gotten in the way of him. Serendib now back on their bike. Ball coming in. Picks it up. An opportunity now to shoot. Darko George takes him on. Tries to run him out of play. Just a hopeful shot more than anything else there. And an absolute waste of an opportunity for Serendib. Musatkin wins it back. Musatkin, nice little pass, but intercepted very well. Now, Darko George with space to run into.
It has been a pattern where the team dominating or has the advantage looks to shoot themselves in the foot. Saw it in the last game. We have seen it in the past weeks as well.
I think to a great degree that's something Serendib is probably banking on today. Enoch. Beautiful pass. Darko George unable to have any options, so doesn't really cross it in.
Kane once again. Daniel Musatkin releasing Kavidishan on the right. Puts the ball in. Not enough pace behind it. Asaswin Thirimanne. Maybe could have done better. But then again, not the best of crosses along the ground by Kavidishan. Maybe Thirimanne could have run towards the ball rather than in a straight line. A lot of maybes. Definitely not the best of corner kicks.
Kavidishan tries to send it straight back in. And good effort, but concedes a goal kick in the process.
Now, Deshan, that was a good move by Pelicans, but then again, when it comes to the execution part, Pelicans did not have their two best men in Daniel Musatkin and Ernest Addo. So that is something that they need to address, because creating an opportunity is one thing, but finishing off is totally a different thing.
And absolutely, what really matters at the end of the game is what the scoreline is on the scoreboard. So if you want to score in these games, you need to be pulling out some rabbits out of the hat. You need to be doing that extra 10%. You need to be really a cut above the rest. And like Naud said, things would have manifested very differently had Pelicans not been in the lead. But here we go. Very nearly. Just the direction a problem, but hits the side hoarding. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Well defended by Pelicans. Of course, now the long side, this game here in the Champions League, the big one in Sri Lanka sports scene today, and here's an opportunity for Serendib to try and make it 1-1. Darko George not getting on the end of it. I beg your pardon, that isn't Darko George. That was Mohammad Safan. Pelicans moving it wide now.
Apart from this game, we have another big game tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. That's St. Mary's against Javelin. Again, important game for both Javelin and St. Mary's, but mainly St. Mary's. They are on 5 points. If they are to be in contention for this championship, they will need to win their game against Javelin tomorrow. If not, it will be a 3-horse race with Pelicans, Javelin and Serendib fighting for promotion and the championship in the last couple of weeks.
Now just so viewers understand, how does the promotion framework work, especially with the Super League starting in the not too distant future in the first week of April? Will these teams be competing immediately after the tournament? How many teams will qualify, etc., etc.? Just explain to our viewers the structure of this tournament.
Yes, Deshant. So the winners will be decided at the end of the 7 weeks. Whoever gets the most points will win the Champions League 2025-2026, and they'll be directly promoted to the Super League 2026-2027 edition. And the team that comes in second place will have to play against the team that comes in 9th place of this year's Super League, like a playoff. So that will determine whether the second place team of the Champions League will qualify, or will the Super League team that finishes 9th will stay in for another year. I think that helps to even out the standards rather than directly getting the qualification. And the same thing happens in the relegation round as well. In the Champions League, whoever finishes bottom of the relegation round, that's being played at the Kalania Football Complex, will be demoted directly to the League One. Whoever finishes one before the last in that relegation round will have to play again in a playoff match against the second place team. That's Great Star for promotion or relegation. So that's how it stands. Anyway, with League One finishing off, Mavanala United have directly qualified for the 2026-2027 edition of the Champions League. And if Serendib stays here, there'll be two teams from Maunal playing in the Champions League next season, but miscommunication almost resulting in an equalizer.
Just a hand of apology from Farouk Fawzan there as well. Just to say sorry about that, because he should be claiming that now. No, that box is really the goalkeeper's ownership. You can't really let the ball be bouncing by itself without much attention. You're absolutely alright. If Serendib decide that they don't want to qualify to the next level and they decide to stay here, then all that down to them, really. We'll have two Mavanella sides in the tournament tomorrow. Sorry, I beg your pardon, next year. And then as a result, after the city of Colombo, Mavanella will be the home for most of Champions League teams.
Yes, Badu Robinson intercepted. Musatkin. Kojanoke. Skipper Sanjay Thirimana. Here's Abhishan. Sudhakar Royson. And on the right, Taco George. Cross blocked by Stephen. Cleared away.
Been rather absent in this game so far. Badu Robinson not really imposed himself. Needs to step in a little bit more in the absence of Frimpong Yao. Of course, as this tournament plays out, we had an enthralling first game earlier in the day, kicking off at 4 p.m. really. New start coming up from 2-0 down and then 3-1 down to achieve a 3-3 draw. Shot comes in. Good purchase on it. Still away. Here's an opportunity now. Serendib. Ball picked up well.
Pelicans defending in numbers. Around 10 players, 9 players in and around that penalty box on that occasion.
That's what it's all about, really. Packing that box, pressing the players, giving them a decision to make, rushing them that little bit that stops them from then making an informed decision with the required level of calmness. And now, standing over this, Rahman swings it in. Here's an opportunity. Gets rid of it without a single problem there. Daniel Musatkin, a bit off color now since that goal from him. Good touch.
I think big news coming in. Pelicans readying a substitution, and it's Coach Anoke who is going to be taken off, and in his place comes Selvam Sudarshan. The big call, definitely an injury substitution by the looks of it.
Well, that's a shocker. Coach Anoke, the engine in that midfield room. That's an early end to his evening. It looks like he's taken a bit of a knock. So Coach Aruna Sampath, first spanner in the works for him in this game.
That almost even things out, doesn't it, Deshan? Serendib doesn't have Frimpong. Pelicans now without Coach Anoke in midfield.
Well, from a neutral standpoint, not really the most exciting news, really. Both of these players guaranteed starters for their clubs. Serendib once again, good interception, and now they're on the break. Kami Bishan thought that was a clean tackle, and in the process captures Vijay Kumar Bishan.
Vijay Kumar Bishan with a heavily strapped left knee.
Just another look at that. So that comes around to nothing, but like Nawad said, not having both those big lads, both those expat players in this starting game, in the starting 11s for this game, has taken the wind out of the sails a little bit.
And the pace that both teams showed in that initial 15-20 minutes have gone away. Both Serendib and Pelicans now have got the hang of it, what each other is doing. But Serendib rather needs to step up if they are to make an impact in this game.
Beautiful run here. Still going. Gets pulled back by the defender. Good work there by the number 9. Vignesh Vijay Kumar by the looks of it.
Referee Sasanka Madhushankar keeping his cards in his pockets for now. Farooq Fauzan taking that decision late to come out and punch it. Gets clattered.
Absolutely. Just a free kick there as well. Just an early indication there from Badu Robinson that you watched Love Story on Hulu yet, Nawad? Caroline Bassett works in the company that seems to be the outfitter of favour for some of the Serendib lads. Jokes aside, just having a quick look at the Pelicans keeper there, Farooq Fawzan. The game has really come to a halt almost. And from a neutral point of view, we can see and attribute a lot of that to the lack of those midfield engines, especially Kojo Anokye and Frimpong Yao. While we wait for Farooq Fawzan now, just a quick reminder to our viewers and to the few, not the more, who are joining this live stream while Sri Lanka is also playing at the Cricket World Cup. The end of the first over, Sri Lanka 6 runs for no wickets.
Yes, chasing 213 for victory. Just about 5 minutes plus added time to be played in this first half. Pelicans leading through a goal by Tanil Musatkin in the 11th minute. Rahman trying to find Bishan, beg your pardon, Taku George rather. Estado leaves it behind, or rather lets it through, but Serendib recovers. Badu Robinson.
Coming to Ishan, squares it beautifully, and just as they were making preparations to unleash a shot with the right boot, Serendib midfield swings into place. And what we really lack now in this game is that charging midfielder that comes through for that second phase of attack. Both these teams driving from the wings, squaring the ball, and nobody, the lights are on but nobody's home.
Yes, definitely so. That's what we mentioned earlier. Here's Daku George on the left. Misses his footing. Pushed from the back by Mensa Stephen. George returns the favor on Stephen. Gets the foul called against him. Proper challenge from Stephen, but not the best from Darko George on Mensa Steven.
Just frustration from Darko George there. Mensa Steven, hard man to get past. Massive frame. And with all that, he's very comfortable in maintaining his center of gravity. I remember he had a shocker of a game a couple of weeks ago where he missed the penalty now. Then apart from that game, really, he's had a solid season. And also, I think to be just by him, a lot of Pelicans' success can be attributed to how well he's done as well.
Yes, indeed. Reminds me of Renown's Francis Agbeti in the years past for Renown. Their run towards the final of Mania Champions League decider. Francis Agbeti was a rock at the back for Renown. Calm and composed. And sometimes not afraid to run up the
that we defend. மரங்கள் கிக்க ஆகாமே களத்தில் உறுதியாய் மின்னவும் நாமே நாமே சாம்பியன்ஸ் லீக் வரவே உணர்வதற்கே தருமே Cheer එකයි කැම්මක් දෙන්නේ කොල්ලෝ සෙට් එකම එක් වෙන්නේ ගෝල් එකට කික් එක දෙන්නේ Champions League මේ ඇරෙන්නේ One game, one heart Champions League සටනයි ඇරෙන්නේ පිපි දෙන්නේ ජය ගන්නේ එක සීනට අපි යන්නේ One game, one heart Champions League where dreams take part Raise your flags, feel the art Football, one game, one heart Hey oh, one dream, one star Hey oh, one game, one heart Champions League, forever we play The spirit of football leads the way
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
Hello and welcome back to the Racecourse International Stadium for yet another half of Champions League action here from the Sri Lanka Football Champions League Super 8 phase. Pelicans taking on Serendib SC. Mavanella's finest taking on the Kurunagala side in this evening fixture on this beautiful Saturday evening. Early injuries for Pelicans despite taking the lead, losing Kojo Anoke to an early substitution within the first half. It's been one of those games really. Neither side merely putting their foot down and taking charge of the game, but regardless, now is the opportunity in this second half for Serendib to try and claw back into the game. Serendib taking charge. Trying to push on in these early stages. Ruminok trying to push through Pelicans, intercepting and finding possession. First minute turbocharged. Throw in, Sanjay Tiriman takes it, finds Ernest Dado. Pushing left and right. Serendib SC, Odominok trying to break through this wall of Pelicans midfield. Knocking on the door. But not really being able to penetrate this blue wall. Once again, Mensa Steven taking no chances. Tiriman feeds it out wide. Ernest Dado does beautifully. Tries to hold on to it, Ernest Dado. Bit of a foot race. Oduminok. Ball touched out wide. Here's a shot now. Save. And immediately now, ball sent the other way. Now, as I was saying, Serendib, they are making a bit of ground. They are pushing through, but they are not really having so much success beyond the midfield line. Pelicans really holding fort.
Yes, the most noticeable change in this Serendib lineup or their formation is that they have dropped Mohammad Rahman, who was playing up front, into his preferred midfield position. I was thinking the same in that towards the end of that first half, and they've pushed their prolific goal scorer Vijay Kumar Abhishan up front.
And that is really what Pelicans need to avoid doing now, these speculative snapshots that concede possession. They're one goal behind. They've got a good 42 minutes left in this game. And especially with Kojo Anoke heading to the bench, that X factor, that dimension that Pelicans had on them does not exist on the pitch anymore. So they need to take it a little bit easier. They need to work themselves into the game. These first 2-3 minutes, Pelicans were essentially running after every ball like Energizer bunnies. But that was also the story of the first half, wasn't it?
Yes, as you mentioned, they need to settle into the second half quite quickly. The likes of Selvam Sudarshan and Yasaswin Thirimana in midfield, they need to really take control. They need to be very careful as well. Yasaswin Thirimana is on a yellow card. Selunagam Saduryan, Yasaswin Thirimana and Selvam Sudarshan. An inexperienced midfield. And that is where Serendib needs to target. And I think that's where coach Mohammad Murshid has also identified and dropped the experienced Mohammad Rahman into his preferred midfield position, who is a creative source as well. And maybe if you're smart enough, just target Yasaswin Thiriman as well, who is on a yellow card. As Farooq Fauzan, in his initial effort, unable to clear it away. The best of crosses from Rahman on that occasion. Murshid barking out instructions from the sideline.
Coach Aruna Sampath, for a man who gets angry so easily on the touchline, he has a lot of black hair, doesn't he now? And if he could kick every ball, he'd kick it. Also, my coach when I was a kid. So, the Aruna Sampath hair dryer was well and truly a thing back then.
Were you at the end of one of those hair dryer treatments, Desha?
Yeah, quite a few, unfortunately. I loved myself a dribble. He loved himself a pass. So, like I said, very structured, values that whole thing, working hard, etc., etc. And now Ernest Ado looking for something cheeky, doesn't quite get it right. Daniel Musatkin goes out wide. Musatkin, the goal scorer, tries to hoik the ball. Well collected on that occasion by Mohammad Lutfi, making no mistake, but you could see what Musatkin was trying to do.
Shepherds that ball well. Mohammad Farhan.
Once again, Serendib pick it up. Just need to be a bit more composed, hold on to the ball a little bit. And once again, Mensah Stephen making no mistake. He's so comfortable in that space. But the keeper isn't. Here's an opportunity. And I don't know what he was going for there, but Vijay Kumar Abhishan asking the question why he didn't shoot. And I just think, maybe if Mohammad Rahman hit it with the outside of his foot, ball spins the other way. Vijay Kumar Bishan, to be fair by him, not enough time to react.
A lot of ifs and buts, especially from the Serendib camp. The first real opportunity, a big one for Serendib in the second half. Abhishan and Safwan pushing up front for Serendib. Finds Abhishan in that space. Pocket rather. Takes a shot. Just above that crossbar. Serendib knocking on that Pelicans door quite hard in this early minutes of the second half. On his weaker left, Jayakumar Abhishan.
Certainly more exciting football from a neutral standpoint that we saw in the first half now. Game has burst into life. Just quick pile. Crisp pass, and again Serendib just losing it out in the middle of the park. But credit, I think, to Pelicans for being able to foil these attacks in the middle of the park. And I think it's never easy, particularly against a side like Serendib as well, who like to move the ball around a bit, quite a bit.
But then again, Deshaun, there's a, if that mindset is to defend, there's a lot of time to defend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's not the physical aspect of it, but
the mental.
Yes,
absolutely. You've got that spot on now, so it's a risk they're taking. It's a beautiful pass here. Oh, just that first touch failing him. The ball given away now. Serendib. Now they've got numbers on their side and they're breaking through. This is what it's about. Mensah Steven gets in the way, looking for that pass. Vijayakumar Abhishan now pulled into a corner. He's got no support in the middle, but he manages to win a corner. So Vijayakumar Abhishan does fantastically well there. Ball rolled in. Miss hit there from Pelicans. Here's an opportunity for Serendib. Can they take a shot? Yes, again! And they managed to make it 1-1. And just like that, Enoch converts. An error on the part of the Pelicans defense opens the door for Enoch, who takes it with aplomb. Fantastic work by Enoch. That's all they wanted. Like I said, we'll try and get you another replay of that miss hit by the defender that really did open up the opportunity. Shot now from the Pelican side, really going nowhere, and suddenly the onus on having to be composed. And here's another look at that, a miss hit. Enoch takes a touch, composure, and that shot was going straight through. Yasaswin Tiriman should be doing better at this level. Coming to Ishan now. And the rest of the attackers for Pelicans has some serious work to do. And now Ernest Ado, opportunity to spread the play out wide, and he does beautifully. Ball goes straight up. Nice little turn. Shot comes in. Dipping right in front of the keeper. Farouk Fauzan taking no chances. And suddenly, Serendib Bessi bursting into life. This time, Sudagar Royson. And now, yellow card for Mohammad Riaz for that challenge on Yasaswin Tiriman. Going in hard, two-footed, and late as well. Dominok taking no chances, but his teammate Mohammad Lutfi not quite reading that, and suddenly Pelicans now with the corner. Pelicans will want to be making amends now after conceding a goal through Yasaswin Tiriman's error. Yasaswin Tiriman's mishit leading for Oduminok to get possession in that dangerous area, and the ball comes in, but still Enoch still had a lot to do, but the door really opened as a result of that Tirimana mistake.
Javalin and Serendib would be watching this match quite intently, would be happy if this score stays the same.
Now the throw in taken. Referee just asks him to hold on for a minute. Ball played in once again, and now Kavindu Ishan works it back. Pelicans structuring the attack once again. Sanjay Tiriman just a bit too much on it.
I think unless Captain Vignesh Vijayakumar is injured, Serendib really need to bring him on right now in midfield, because as I mentioned before, a very inexperienced midfield three for Pelicans right now. You already have Muhammad Rahman dropped back for Serendib, had a bit of experience of Vignesh Vijayakumar, and they can really dominate that midfield and build on from there.
Nice little play there by Serendib in the middle of the park, but they've given the ball away. Ernest Rado takes a touch, turns. Ball played all the way to Sanjay Tiriman. Tries to find Daniel Musatkin. Daniel Musatkin's really been anonymous in this game since after he scored that goal, Navod. And I think it's in his interest also to try and change that, get a little more involved, create a few more opportunities for those around him. And credit to Serendib for essentially marking him out of play. Steven lofts the ball. Solid challenge there. The referee awards the throw in. Ernest Rado. Ball crossed in by Sanjay Tiriman. Header goes up. Nice little turn there, but loses the ball. And Daniel Musatkin. Tries to just glide past Mohammad Riaz, but Riaz, almost a professional foul on his part to ensure that there's no further progress there. And now Mensa Steven with a chance to swing this one in. Not the best from Mensa Steven, but the ball still in contention. Rolls out for a throw in. Ball brought down. Nice little pass there, but nothing doing. Tries to get past the defender, does well, and brought down as a result. Referee once again stops play and awards the kick Serendib's way. And here's an opportunity now for Daniel Musatkin, just a yard in front of him. Mohammad Riaz's clearance not really going anywhere. He manages to come out with it. A quick play here. Nice little elevated pass. Looking for quick one-touch, two-touch play in that final third. Serendib. Pelicans holding their shape and have continued to hold their shape rather well. Beautiful elevated pass again. Straight at Farooq Fauzan. Farooq Fauzan with the throw to Sanjay Tirimana. Too much on it. The ball goes out of play. Coach Haruna Sampath not very happy with that. And Serendib does well. Fantastic bit of work. Very nearly gets past both those men there. Badu Robinson. Now Serendib concedes possession. Very nearly Mohammad Lutfi picks the ball up. Coming to Ishan, just beaten to it as we come into the 70-minute mark here. We had one draw so far in this game day. And Serendib now. Beautiful ball all the way to the right side of the pitch. Mohammad Safan does well. Thought he could win a foul on that occasion, but no, the ball goes out. And the referee has signaled that it is in fact a goal kick and not a corner kick, much to his dismay. Sanjay Tirimana does well. Beautiful little play. Serendib once again. Just missing out in that final third. Once again, just not coming together there for Serendib SC. As we were saying earlier, just need to calm it down. They're still looking for the cheeky pass, that quick 1-2. That second or third phase move that isn't quite there. They're trying to force it a little bit. And now, opportunity to break. Beautiful pass there. An opportunity to bring the ball back into play very quickly. Badu Robinson sends the ball inside, just a bit too much on it, but no, he's brought it down now. Twisting and turning. Man on the left, man on the right. Options in the middle here now for Serendib. Man brought down, and it will be a free kick in a dangerous area. Darko George, who's gone rather silent in this game, suddenly comes alive, and now with an opportunity to swing in across. An opportunity now. Darko George just beautifully there.
Substitution for Serendib. Jersey number 2, Dr. Raisa, is replaced by jersey number 21, Mohammed Fazlin.
So Enoch running into space. Darko George sends the ball inside, very nearly, but cleared by Daniel Musatkin. And now Pelicans making a substitution. Coming on Kumar Kevinesh in defense in place of Yasaswin Tiriman. Tirimana, don't forget, had a yellow card.
Yasaswin Tiriman is replaced by jersey number 21, Kumar Kevinesh.
Pelicans win a free kick for that little shove. On Selvanayagam Sadurian. 76 minutes on the clock now. Someone, somehow really needs to just take this game by the neck. I don't see a winner coming based on how things are going at the moment.
Just under 14 minutes plus added time to be played in this game. No real intent from both teams. Rahman trying to release that man on the right. Here's Vijay Kumar Bishan. Gets a throw in. Pushed from the back. Referee waves play on.
Stephen made that driving run. Finally, Sanjay Tiriman caught the brunt of that. Big man, Mensa Stephen. Badu Robinson up for the challenge as well.
Clothesline right across by Badu Robinson on Stephen. The way things are going, I think both teams looks like they're happy with that 1 point, doesn't it, Deshan?
That's certainly what it looks like. Sanjay Tirimana walking a bit gingerly, but he seems to be okay. But like you said, neither of the teams really showing too much initiative, showing the willingness to really take on the challenge and really go for it, which only suggests that they are comfortable with the result that is on offer at the moment.
Yes, Stephen.
To do whatever they wish now. Got less than 10 minutes of normal time plus any injury time left, so not too long at all.
Both teams praying for some inspiration. In hope, then with conviction. Odominok, the goal scorer for Serendib. Safan tries to put that ball up front.
Very nearly penetrative pass. Kavindu Ishan thought he caught Serendib blind there for a second, but just not there. Kavindu Ishan, once again one of those games for him, isn't it now? Not really able to really do much at all, especially given his stature and what we all know he's able to do. He's just not imposing himself in games at the minute. But Darko George thought he had an opportunity to do just that. Real pressing run there. Ball goes straight up. Nice little quick 1-2 once again. Beautiful play now. Kavindu Ishan with the opportunity to put it in the box, and he loses touch. Kavindu Ishan asks for the handball. The referee doesn't give it a thought. Very nearly Serendib. Good defense on that occasion on the part of Ignesh Raja Kajanathan, just getting in the way of the attacker. Now driving through the middle. Shot taken. Lutfi. No mistakes. Catching practice for him. Enoch, the goal scorer for Serendib. Now driving through the middle here. And what an effort that is! Very nearly out of nowhere. Serendib hitting the upright. Mohammad Safan definitely thought that was going in, Navod.
Yes, and no one there to take advantage of that rebound as well. As Kamidushan, cracking challenge coming from Mohammad Safri.
Substitution for Serendib. Jersey number 18, Vijay Kumar Bishan.
So another substitution. Vijay Kumar Bishan comes off for Mohammad Hassan. Mohammad Bassam rather, I beg your pardon. Ball lofted in. An opportunity now. Nice little dribble. And a beautiful pass once again. Foot race on the cards. Final few phases of attack. Ernest Ado holds it for Daniel Musatkin. Beautiful dummy by Musatkin. Should have taken the shot. First time. Takes it away from the goal and then skies an opportunity.
Looks like Pelicans are going to substitute a limping Kamidushan.
Substitution for Pelicans. Jersey number
Kamidushan.
9, Kamidushan
On a tough
is
drive
replaced by
today.
jersey number 24, Sanjay Fernando.
And he's going to be ending his afternoon, in his evening rather, with an injury. Sanjay Fernando going to be coming on for him. Mensa Steven just coming over to Kamidushan and telling him to get off the pitch as soon as he can. And fair play, Mensa Steven. That's what you want to see from your teammates, not to waste any time. And more than anything, Navod, it shows that Mensa Steven is still trying to pull out a win and wants the minutes available so that they can pursue one.
Looks like the only man chasing a win on the pitch, Desha.
Potentially, you're right. And the only other man, for a moment at least, was Mohammad Safan, who thought he managed to get it as well.
But if Serendib are to win this game, they need to put two men up front rather than one. Having just one won't be enough. And certainly not against Mensa Steven. I would have liked if they had stayed on with Vijay Kumar Bishan and brought in another forward to put some added pressure on the back four of Pelicans.
No, fair point. Serendib, yet another knock. As we roll in slowly but surely to the final minute of normal time in this game. Couple of minutes of added time on the cards.
And quite questionable taking out your top goal scorer and one of the highest goal scorers in the tournament when you're chasing a victory in an important game, unless you have an exceptional player coming off the bench.
No, you're absolutely right. But once again, fortunately, unfortunately, Navod, I think the harsh reality of what we've seen so far is that still a substantial amount of our local clubs depend very heavily on the expat players for that top quality, that finesse, if I were to say. And the lack of those two midfielders on the pitch today has really opened up our thinking, at least my thinking, to unfortunately how poor the local players are in terms of controlling these games, in terms of driving it, in terms of coming into that box just outside the goal, just outside the 18-yard box on that second phase. And that really has been where this game has lacked quite a lot, as 4 minutes of added time has now been announced. 4 minutes left in this game to try and make something happen. Good opportunity now for Pelicans. Fantastic tackle over there as well. But like I was saying, a real lack of quality, unfortunately, is what was visible.
Just under 4 minutes for either Pelicans or Serendib to find a winner.
And now Pelicans caught out of position. Serendib pushing forward. Pushed over. Referee says nothing doing. So Pelicans now going up the other end. They need to be moving the ball a little bit faster. Ernest Rado brings it down well. Enoch with a brilliant tackle there. Gets the ball away from Ernest Rado. Just another one there. Loses his footing more than anything else, really. A little bit of a shove, but nothing major there. Straight to Mohammed Lutfi. Pelicans driving for one last attack. Ball deflects off the defender on that occasion, but Mohamed Ria standing strong. A beautifully fed ball now, foot race, but Mensa Steven seems to have got the advantage, wrestles him off. And here's an opportunity now for Serendib, space in the box. Can he hit it? He does! Comes off the crossbar. Serendib cannot believe their luck. And the second phase effort, flying over the bar. What a chance that was. And possibly, just possibly the last as well now.
Agony for Serendib. The fans from Mavanel coming ever so close for the winner. And a fantastic winner, and that would have been maybe one last attack for Serendib. Mensa Steven comes in the way. Shankar Madhushankar blows for full time. Intense, very
And at the conclusion of this game, a hard-fought encounter between these two teams. Come the end of the 90 minutes, the final full-time score, Serendib 1, Pelicans 1. But stay tuned, we've got a couple of interviews from some of the players just on the touchline, and we'll shortly be joined by Navod Vijay Vikrama.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sri Lanka football is proud to give the Player of the Match award to the player who has delivered an outstanding performance, demonstrated exceptional skill, determination, and leadership on the field tonight. Player of the Match.
I have here with me the player of the match of today's game, Serendib FC's Odom Enoch. Odom, first of all, congratulations on being named the player of the match. And important game for Serendib, chasing the championship. You all had to win. What do you think about today's performance from the team?
First of all, great thanks to the Almighty God. I think it was a tough game, but we were prepared for this game because if you wanted to compete in this competition, you have to win this match. So it was a must-win game. We came to win. There's no doubt we came to win, but unfortunately, we drew the game. So it's part of the game.
You have another 2 games to go. You all need to win those 2 games and hope other results go your way as well.
Yeah, sure. We have 2 more games to play, and I think it's a must-win game. we can't afford to lose or draw. It's a must-win game, so we will give our best, do everything to.
ඔව් ඇත්ත තමයි ඊළඟ තරඟ දෙකම ජයග්‍රහණය කළ යුතුයි. ඒ වගේම අනිත් තරඟවල රිසල්ට්ස් උත් තමුන්ගේ පැත්තට යා යුතුයි. මොන වගේ දෙයක්ද ඉතින් ඉදිරි තරඟවල බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ? මම දන්නා හොඳට පුහුණුම් කරලා එන්න ඕනේ. නමුත් මොන වගේ දෙයක්ද බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ? තව වැඩි දියුණු විය යුත්තේ.
අපේ ඉන්ජරිස් රිකවරි කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඉන්ජරිස් රිකවරි කරගන්න ඕනේ. අපේ ඊළඟ රෙඩ් කාඩ් ප්ලේ දැන් ඇතුල් වෙනවා. ඇත්තටම අපි මැච් එක දිනන්න තමයි බලන්නේ. අනිත් කට්ටිය දිනනවා පරාදිනවා අපිට වැඩක් නැහැ. ඇත්තටම අපි
කී ප්ලේයර් මේ විදේශගත ක්‍රීඩකයා මේ ඇම්ස්ට්‍රින් එක මේ වෙලාව අපිට ගොඩක් පාඩු වුණා. ඒක මේ අද තරඟේ මම එච්චර මේ මගේ කණ්ඩායම ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් කලකිරලා වගේ තමයි ඉන්නේ.
දැන් තව ඉදිරි තරඟ දෙකකුත් තියෙනවා. වැඩි වාසි තියෙන Pelicans කණ්ඩායමට. නමුත් තවත් කණ්ඩායම් දෙකක් තුනක් විතර පිටිපස්සෙන් ඉන්නවා. දැන් හෙට තරඟයත් ජාවලින් සෙන්ට් මේරිස් කණ්ඩායම් ජාවලින් ජයග්‍රහණය කළොත් ඔවුනුත් ප්‍රසාද ලකුණු 11ක් ලබාගෙන සම වෙනවා. මොනවද ඉතින් Pelicans කණ්ඩායම වශයෙන් ඉදිරි තරඟ දෙකේදී කළ යුත්තේ?
අනිවාර්යෙන් ඉදිරි තරඟ දෙකම මම ජයග්‍රහණය කරා යනවා. උපරිම මම මේ පුහුණුව කරන්නේ ජයග්‍රහණය ලබා ගන්නයි. අනිවාර්යෙන් මම හිතනවා මට ඒ තරඟ දෙක මගේ කණ්ඩායම සූදානම්